Hey guys, Clumsy here. Oops, said that a bit too loud. Welcome back to Clumsy Flying. Back to the original webcam position, ideally. Oh, look at that. It's actually a plane landing our backs. Let's see how he does. It's a bit firm, not too shabby. Couple of other planes working there. How is everybody doing? Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday morning for me, Tuesday evening for some of the folks. Perfect timing indeed. So good morning, good evening everybody. How are you guys doing? Let me just catch up with chat. Thank you for joining early and sorry for the delay. I've been tweaking some of the loading screens and whatnot. So Jay, thanks man. Glad you're here. Scotsman the Ever First. Jack Spanner the Diamond Hunter. How are you guys doing? Alex, thank you for joining. Ooh, look at that badge. 10 gift subs. Amazing. Hey Calvin, welcome. Hey Kensho. Thanks for joining, man. Thank you for being here. Who else did I miss? Da, how are you? Thank you guys. And Tom with a couple of suggestions. I'm afraid it's not going to be that simple though. You could suggest it maybe a day in advance so I could prepare for it. Because I need to download the ortho photos, airports and whatnot, so it's not as instant as jumping to an airport, just flying there. Hey Jay, 18 months, goodness. 2 babies. That plane is going to take off. Let's go and watch. 747 Singapore Airlines. Whoa, boop boop beep beep. Is that how you read it? Thunderstorming where you're from. A level 9 legendary Jack. Yeah, you have to tell me that story, Jack and Alex, how that happened, how those diamond things came to be. 10 out of 10 weeks so far. Great to hear it. Hope it keeps up. Keeping my fingers crossed for you. That might be a bit conflicting there. We'll see. You can post it in the Flight Sim Discord so I don't forget it, Tom. GGJ. Thanks a lot, man. No worries at all, Tom. Yeah. That would be great. Wing loading. Now we know how it looks like. So people will actually go through there and then they'll get an experience, a fly-by wing experience. They'll walk through here and then they'll enter through the emergency exits. In this case, it's the emergency entrance. Why not? A more interactive experience. So you might have an idea where we are. Any guesses? Any guesses where we are? From what you can see. So we have around 5 AI planes just flying around us. You saw some of them already taxiing, taking off, and we'll be enjoying their company today. We are in Southeast Asia. Silk Air, yes, definitely. My pleasure, Jay. Glad you're here. You had your new starters day at college yesterday. Oh, you mean first day? First day high? Or maybe I didn't get that. Training for emergency evac. Yes, the wing walkers, exactly. Manchester. How about I zoom in a little bit more so you get an idea where we are exactly. Does that ring any bells? That's as blatant as I can get it. There you go. Learning the ropes. So yes, we are in Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KLIA. There it is from afar as well. This is actually where we ended because I recorded a video, an episode of Explain featuring the Pilot2ATC, the offline ATC application. I finally bought the full copy. And I flew from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur here. So now, this time, we're going to do the opposite route. Kuala Lumpur to Singapore, because I do want to get the feel of how it lands in the Singapore International Airport. Because I downloaded an update and it looks so good, and I think it will look even better when we land there instead of taking off from there. So I have to check that out. There's a Jetstar on our backs there, and all the AI planes have Asian, kind of Asian livery. So we have Jetstar, we have Singapore Airlines, we have Korean Air, we do have Emirates. That's as west as we could go. And we have what's the other one? I forgot what the other one was, but it's all Asian. But let's try to go plane spotting today. Lumpy koala. Close enough. Hey SpongeBob, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy. Don't expect any fancy flying though from a clumsy guy like me. Wait, no Qantas? Hey Antifalexi. We could put one. I'm not sure if Qantas is able to reach these parts though. Maybe. Personally, I've never ridden in one. Oh, but yet I have a story for later. Let's get started here, and then I'll have a story for later. Remind me, okay? It's about Qantas. Is that how you even say it? See, that's how clueless I was. I had to Google it. I had to search for it, and that's when I discovered it was Australia's the major airliner. And I have a story about that. Remind me later once we're airborne. How do I get such nice graphics? Well, this is mainly default graphics. Well, to be fair, I do have some mods enabled for the clouds and the lighting. It's called Vivid Sky, and you can all check that in the mods list. !mods gets you there. There's a link, and just go to the Explain 11 tab. That's all the plugins I'm using. Can only see your face. Don't know why. So you can see the plane. That's interesting. I hope everyone else sees the plane. Alright, so yes, we'll do that flight, and we'll do it from start to finish because I have not been able to prepare. To be honest, I was planning for a different flight altogether. I found a flight in FS Economy, and maybe we can still do that later, because this should be quite a short flight. I was planning on flying from Austria, from Innsbruck to Barcelona, but I was downloading orthophotos and it was taking so long, and I didn't want to fly without orthophotos in that beautiful region, so we might have to postpone it for next time. But I've heard the experience can be quite amazing there. The approach is quite interesting, so we'll see. But for now, we stick to Asia. And with Pilot2ATC, we have air traffic control anywhere we go, anytime we fly. So that's perfect. Comms ban is lifted. Great to know. Getting rid of bad FPS. Yes, Explain 11 is very, very finicky when it comes to frame rate. You have to play around with the settings. I highly recommend the 3J FPS app, which reminds me I haven't enabled it yet. There you go. So you see that thing in the upper left? It changes the LOD, the clouds, many things, so that it can automatically adjust the graphics settings and give you the frame rate you are looking for. 3J FPS. It's also in the mods list. So I highly, highly recommend that. Okay. Anyway, so I have not planned anything yet. So let us do that together. Let me go through here. Seem brief. Yeah, definitely. Let me show you my graphics settings though. Maybe you can use that as a starting point. So in general, the things here on the left side are for the GPU. So these tax the GPU, and these things on the right tax the CPU. So depending on where your bottleneck is, you'll need an idea to know where that is. You can tweak the settings here, but mine is around this point. Yeah, and on top of these, you can take a screenshot or whatnot to use this as starting point. And then you can download the 3J FPS utility plugin to get that additional frame rate bonus. Good luck. Yes, it's very PC specific, as Jay is mentioning. It's very true. Sure thing that. Alright. So yes, let's do that. So see, this was my flight from Singapore Whiskey Sierra 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 to Kuala Lumpur Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo. We're just going to do the opposite route this time, and I'm hoping we get some nice sights. I'm quite fond of the call sign, so let's not change it because it might be hard for me to remember the numbers. Clumsy 168 will be our call sign, and that's what air traffic control will be recognizing us at. So Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo and Whiskey Sierra Sierra Sierra. There we go. The aircraft is for the Zibo 737-800. And let's leave the passengers to auto. Looks like departure runway is 332 right. Arrival is 20 right. And we have a SID, we have a star. We can check how that looks in Sky Vector. I'm not sure how good it captures that though. Yeah, it cannot really detect the SIDs and stars. Doesn't do a good job of that if it's outside the US. So we'll just have to trust that. Batar 1 Charlie. And arrival is Lily 3 Bravo. Yeah, we can go with that. Generate the flight plan. It's been a while since I went on hunting. Maybe I should get back. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see when I get the time. So we'll be cruising at flight level 250 for this flight. Call sign Clumsy 168. That's our routing. Looking good. Yeah, it looks interesting. Different approach. 20 right. Because normally the one I'm familiar with, the one I saw, we will be like tracing through the coast here and then looping around that way and then turning around like so. This time we're cutting across to Johor Bahru. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, if it's 20, I don't know. We'll follow it. We'll follow that. Let's get the PDF version. That's more understandable for me. And I'll need a couple of things. I'll need the ATC flight plan so that we get an idea of all the legs. We have an idea of the speed and the ground speed and the cruising altitude as well. Let me show you the window of the Pilot2ATC. That's how it looks. And I can import. So in the video that's coming out, I think tomorrow or maybe later, can't remember which one it is. I'm going to I have a detailed tutorial on how to start Pilot2ATC if you guys are interested in trying it out. So that's how you enter the flight plan. Just paste it, enter the departure and arrival airports, import that thing. Thanks, Tom. We're having trouble downloading Zibo mod. We're here. Welcome to the stream. What problem are you having? Maybe I can help out. Validate that. Now, regarding the runway, I discovered that you can actually change it to be consistent with the with SimBrief, but you don't really need to do it. 32 right. Bata 1 Charlie. Batar. Yeah, let's follow what the Pilot2ATC is giving, because that's air traffic control. Did that plane just pop up behind us? That Jetstar? Speaking of Jetstar, I just applied to be a member there. I bought the membership so that I get discounted flights, because we have a couple of flights scheduled to Manila from Singapore, and the discounts are quite significant if you become a member. Good. Alright, and then we will file that. Connect first. There we go. Connect to the SIM. That's connected. Let's validate again, and then let's file again. So now it detects that we are in KL, Kuala Lumpur. I'll show you the map in a bit. Somewhere on planet Earth, requesting approach to Singapore. A bit vague, huh? I wonder how ATC will react to that. Can't download properly, just says airfoils could not be found. You're probably, yeah. There is a guide on how to install it properly. It's a bit tricky, but you have to find the guide. You can also join the Facebook page. There's a Facebook community for the Zibo. Just search for Zibo in Facebook, and a lot of friendly people there sharing a lot of videos and stuff. Alright, so let's remove that. Let me show you where we are. That's us. Zoom in, and then we can enable the airborne and ground traffic so that Pilot2ATC sees those other planes as well. There we go. That's the other guy. Looks like he just landed. Nice. And what's amazing is Pilot2ATC is actually going to route us around these AI planes. So if there's somebody landing, we'll have to wait for him, and the ATC will tell us to hold short. Actually, in the video that's coming up, you guys will see that, and that's just so amazing for a software ATC. It's so smart that way. Pretty cool. All right, let me make this smaller. Plugin for FPS, 3J FPS, if you can look for it in the mods list. That's number 3, letter J, Juliet, and then FPS. Thanks a lot, Alex. You downloaded the air traffic control app to listen to it. It's so cool, right? And speaking of that one, we can actually get that. Yes, that's the one, Calvin. Thanks, Jack and Alex. Speaking of that one, we can actually tune in to live ATC. Well, not really live, it's fake ATC chatter. And right now there is a software for it called XATC Chatter, but it's a paid mod. And I'm skimping out. I'm cheaping out still. I'm holding off on it. So there is a demo version, and that's what I got. It contains very limited voices, but it's a good primer. So we can listen to that. Let's go and check out Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo, and the frequency for delivery is 126.0. So we can actually set that up. Let's go and start the plane. To start with, and let's tune that 126.0 just so we can get some chatter in. Now the problem with this chatter, it makes everything so immersive, but it kind of takes away from my airtime because they'll be talking over me. There we go. Let's tune into that. Clearance delivery, that's the same, that's the right frequency, looks like. Alright, so let's just, there we go. That just makes things more immersive. It's not realistic because they're not really in the same airport, but you just hear the chatter and just makes things more real, more occupied. Like, and because I only have the demo version, I have like US voices, Australian voices, European voices in there, and they are talking about different airports and stuff, but you don't really recognize it so much. It's not that obvious. The accents are, but the places where they're talking from are not. It's been edited. I'm not sure how to call your name. Hilkimed, welcome. Disciplines, you will have to wait a while. It will take some more time, unfortunately. We haven't even begun yet. So let's go to the flight plan. I'll need this as well for the active sky flight plan. Let me just plug this in. Actually, maybe I don't need to. I just need 250. Departure is Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo and Whiskey Sierra Sierra Sierra. Just do an auto route kind of thing. Just so Active Sky knows where we're coming from and where we're going to. This will be useful for the 80s when we try and listen into the weather. Okay, that looks good. Dutch name, so it's difficult to pronounce. I see. How should I call you? Do you have any tips for me? Alright, so we hear other planes getting their clearances. We'll do that as well in a bit. Alright, let me just put this here on the side. Actually, you know what? Let me download this so that we can open it from the inside the plane, so you guys can see what I'm doing exactly. Let's go with that. Alright.
Good afternoon, clearance, Camden 839, yes.
Alright, Camden 839.
No idea how to pronounce your name in English. I see. Okay. I'm going to stick with Hilke. Okay, if that's fine with you. Hilke. Right, let's go to charts. Let's open that. No, not that one. Charts, that's the one.
Camden 839 is clear to the airport via departure south 2.
First we look at the weights. Open that here on a different window. And we'll do something like this. So fuel will be 5.7. Payload will be 16.2. Somehow that doesn't match the takeoff weight for some reason. There's something wrong with the addition here in SimBrief. Like if you add all these, that's 63.3. But if we have the same numbers in SimBrief, 16.2, 7.6, 5.7, but it has a different sum, and I don't get it. Anyway, I just changed the total here so that it matches the takeoff weight. There we go, 63.1. Alright, stick with that. I open my cheaty checklist, but I move it out so it doesn't look that bad, so it looks pro still. Cheater? Nah, we need that. It's absolute essential in flying. Right, wheel well lights. Let's go through all the stuff here. Lights to steady. I won't bore you with the details of what I'm doing anymore, except if you ask, so just let me know if you're interested, okay? But yeah, let me just go through the motions. Let's go and listen to air traffic control. Well, no, ATIS.
Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo airport information hotel 0000 Zulu weather wind 040 at 3 visibility 10,000 sky condition few clouds at 1,700 14,000 scattered temperature 26 dew point 24 QNH 1010 advise on initial contact you have information hotel
1010. Okay, noted.
Whiskey Mike
1017 cleared occasion 2 Stinger transition then as filed squawking 2527.
And I think I forgot to indicate something in the Pilot2ATC. I think my cruising altitude and ground speed are incorrect. So if I open this one, let's go back to that page, the ATC flight plan. It says 457, so ground speed should be 457 and flight level 250. But if I go here, that's not automatically being captured. I have to change flight level to 250 manually, even if I entered it a while ago when I imported it. And the ground speed should be 457. And then the top of descent should be around 86 miles from destination. Here it's 82.2. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll take it. Okay, we can move that back here. It's looking good. No problem, okay. Yeah, thank you for dropping by. Yeah, it's very unfriendly timing for European folks, unfortunately. Alright, let's go through the checklist. That is looking good there. Set this up. Align our IRS.
Clearance, good afternoon. Costera 2709. Reach copy clearance with information.
Check that one. Looking good.
Costera 2709.
Takeoff config. Yeah, we hear the horn. That looks good.
Flight slow.
GPWS test as well.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
And now let's set it up.
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
Costera 2709, we are clear via pound 2, our net, transition is 2, and then on file 4326.
Costera 2709, read that track, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Turn on the AC or riot. You guys aren't even boarded yet, so no worries. You're still waiting by the boarding gates. And so I'm the one just sweating here. And it's pretty accurate real life. Glad you're still here, Helke. Okay, one sec. Let me move this. Alright, so it looks like they will be giving us 3-2, right?
Good morning, 63822.
Batar 1 Charlie for the departure. And then for the route, let's go for... let's follow this one, Batar. So we should be starting from Batar, that's the one. Joining the Alpha 464 airway to Arama. And then it's actually a very short flight. It's in real life, it's like a 1 hour flight, everything consisting. For the passengers at least. And the arrival is a bit questionable. I think they give us 20 center, 20 center, Lily 3 Bravo. Let's see if that works. Igora transition. Let's see if that works. Let's have a look at the path, the flight plan. Oh, we can't do that yet because the iris is still not aligned. Let's hijack Clumsy plane. Still standing on the wing. Fresh air, right? No. Let's not do that. We're all friends here. Okay. Route looks... let's have a look. Yes. We can compare that later with the flight plan, but not essential. We don't have any discontinuity. We don't have vectors either. It would be more exciting for air traffic control if we have vectors. But looks like the arrival and departure procedures are very well established. Don't need further guidance from ATC aside from following these procedures. Okay, next up. Perf init. 0 fuel weight. Let's open this one. Reserves are the sum of the alternate in FinRest. That's 1.79. So that's 1.8. Let's put it. Cost index is 44. All the way from that point. And flight level 250 is our cruising altitude, that guy. Now the wind we get from top of climb. So we go top of climb 097 at 22 knots. I say deviation positive 16. Look how hot it is here over at these parts. Positive 16. Even at flight level 250, 25,000 feet above, we'll only be at negative 17 degrees Celsius. Goodness. Alright, looks good. Let's go and get the average wind for our routing. It's not going to be very important for this flight because it's a very short flight, but just to cover all our bases. Average wind is 101 at 12 knots. That guy. Okay. And then for the legs,
Average 1714.
runway 20 center, let's fix that. Times 3, it's 75 miles away. We'll put a fix. That's more or less where we will be starting our descent. 10 miles and 5 mile markers, so we know how close we are to the runway. So we have an idea when to set up for landing.
Clearance route 1948, 120 Golf.
Squawk 75. Hey, super. Glad you could join. Yes, every Friday. Every Friday is when we do the trucking. I'm not sure if it will be ETS2 or ATS though. It might be ETS2 for a change because I've noticed that we've been streaming ATS for, I don't know, more than a month consecutive now. Maybe it's time to switch it up. Good. Let's go and get the crew here. So who's willing to volunteer to be part of the service crew? The advantage is you get to go inside earlier. Disadvantage is you'll have to start vacuuming. I absolutely love the sound effects of the Zibo mod. So immersive. Even the cleaning part, you can hear stuff being fixed there. Fuel pumps. Yeah. Check crossfeed. Dim. Thank you. Window heat next. Trim air. Set the temperature. That's becoming colder now. Now I think it's working. Well, after we on the air conditioning packs maybe. My bad. Flight level 250. And how high are we going to be at? One sec. Singapore, I'm looking at the elevation of Singapore, 22 feet. Nice. Need to go out of your bed at 2:30 a.m. Yeah, it's quite difficult. No pressure, Hilke, but you're more than welcome to join if you can't sleep. Wheel light can go off. Let's assume that our co-pilot has finished their walk around. Now we'll have to take a look at the stuff here. First, let's look at the airport. If you'll be leaving from let me see, runway 32 right. Okay. We open the airport. Departure will be Batar 1 Charlie, if I remember correctly. That's the guy. Alright. 32 right will be that guy. Okay, that's pretty close to us. That's good. 326 degrees runway heading. So let's set that up. 326. And are there any SIDs or any VORs on this departure? There is. Kuala Lumpur, Victor Kilo Lima. You can set that. 116.1 frequency. I'll get back to chat in a bit, guys. And set the course, I don't know, let's put it the same as the runway heading, so we have a guide. And this is being created here. This is being set up just in case the FMC, the GPS breaks. We still have a way to navigate ourselves. Redundancies for the win. passing 4,000. I'm guessing initial altitude that ATC will give us is around 4,000, but we'll see. Looking good. Auto brakes, reset fuel flow, and check oil pressure. Everything is looking good. Tenzing Hillary, Nepal. I'm not familiar with the place, but we can have a look. Ik ben de beste YouTuber van de wereld. What does that mean? Right. Service crews can stop. Let's close the service doors and open the actual doors for our passengers so you guys can finally enter. And this airport does have that integration, so what do you call this thing anyway? I've been trying to find this retracting thing, auto something, but that is moving and that is integrated with the airport, so that will later move out of the way when we are going to push back. A jet bridge, there we go, thank you. That's the term I'm looking for. So the jet bridge actually moves and aligns with the door of the plane on this airport. That's super cool. Start the flight leg, let's get the passengers in. Yes, the autogate plugin. Airbus, that's the plan as of next month because I'm still saving up. I'm planning to buy the Tolis A319, but it's 60 USD I think, so I need to save up. And I already bought Pilot2ATC this month, so I don't have budget anymore. And the best YouTuber. Goodness. I know there are some Dutch phrases that are quite hard to pronounce for the non-Dutch person. And I don't think I'd want to try those. Let's double check the route while the people are getting loaded. So let me go to legs here. Let's do it step by step. That looks consistent with the SID that we saw. Batar, Kako, look at how close that is. Top of descent. Arama, Levy1 Bravo. And remember the transition to do I like that? Igora. It looks like it will make things sharper if we have that Igora transition to ILS20, so I might just remove that one. And then execute. That will make it so much sharper. I'm not so sure. I think Igora will be safer. Yeah? I think it will be safer overall. Let's do that. So we have more time to prepare for the landing. Okay. That looks good. Let's go back to map. Alright. Now the route to the runway will probably be around, so we're here in Sierra 3. Probably ask us to go via hotel. Hotel is this one. This is Bravo. Probably Hotel Bravo Alpha 11. Something along those lines. Alright, and we should be pushing back facing to the left, facing south. So let's go and do that already. Let's plan that out. So we should be pushing back facing this way. That should be more or less good enough. Maybe it's better if we do it like that so we don't hassle any other plane. I mean, how does it work? If there's a plane here, if there was a plane here in Charlie 22, how does this plane push back? Like that way? It's a bit sharp, isn't it? Anyway, there's no plane there, so no need to worry. Let's just do it like this.
ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you
Playing
are ready.
bully. A lot of Dutch fans. We have a couple of guys, I think. Not too many, at least not that I know of. There were some before. They're not as active anymore. Yeah, that was cool. Pretty impressed by how fast you learn to fly the airliners. I've been learning since Feb, I think. So a couple of months. It's been an amazing experience, and the learning is not stopping. It's just an amazing thing. Totally engrossed by the entire aviation industry. There we go. Let's welcome our passengers. Just waiting for the doors to fully close. It's taking quite a while. Okay, it's closed. We can announce now.
Morning, folks from flight deck. Chair and captain for the ride. It looks like it should be pretty good.
Activate the performance. We have 63.1 cross weight, and I'll need my takeoff calculator. There's a new version of this that I downloaded. It's pretty cool. If it opens, it is pretty cool. If it doesn't, then we're kind of screwed. There we go. Alright. You should be seeing it as well. So this is
Delta 1387. 1387.
That's the tricky thing. You have to enter your flight plan multiple times because there are different apps for it. It's kind of redundant. Fine. Alright, that's Zibo 737-800. Let's do that. Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo. Runway 32 right. Our takeoff weight is 63,100 kilos. Let's get the weather and execute. There we go. That's our stuff. Wow, that's interesting. Actually going full 26k thrust here and no selected temp, so we're not degrading our thrust at all. Probably because of that tailwind. Alright, fine. Alright, let's follow it. It's being conservative. Because we have a tailwind, it's playing safe. So it does say 26k, no selected temperature. Fine. And flaps will be 5. QRH speeds are more or less consistent with what the calculator has given us, so that's good. So I set here 145 in the MCP speed bug here. 3 years to fly them comfortably. It's yeah, it's been an amazing experience, really. It's just so fun. And it's very nerdy. I love it. Initially, I liked the general aviation aircrafts, but right now I'm in the mood for airliners. I'm saving up for the Airbus. I have a friend in real life who is a pilot, and he flies Airbuses. I think he's currently a senior first officer, and he has some videos in Instagram where he lands the plane, and he does these butter landings, so cool. So he has all pro and stuff, and the real thing. And I can't wait to meet him again, because the last time we met I wasn't into aviation yet. So when we meet next time, I'm sure I'll have a lot of questions for him. You had no patience and learned through trial and error. Oh yeah, that's the best teacher, huh? Nighttime when I get live, hard to watch my streams. Yeah. Sorry about that, Hilke. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the only time I can stream, and understand it's not very convenient for folks at all, for European folks. Start the APU. And while that's starting, let's go and get our clearance. And this is when the air traffic control Pilot2ATC app really would shine. Let's just wait for these guys to stop talking.
326, thank you very much. Have a good flight. Back to good.
Delivery, good morning. Clumsy 168 ready for IFR clearance.
Clumsy 168, your flight plan seems to be out of date. Please file a new one and call back for clearance.
Yeah, I forgot to file it because we changed some stuff. Let me file it now. But that's so realistic, right? Even the filing is part of it. Okay, let's wait for these guys to finish talking and then we'll squeeze it. I understand the point though. Oh yeah, maybe YouTube alerts. YouTube alerts should be going out at 1 p.m. CET. Right, let's start the APU. Turn on the bleeds. And let's remove the GPU.
That's 839, correct? With Yankee, ground point 9 when you're ready to leave. We'll talk to you later.
Ground point 9, we'll see you.
Alright, let's squeeze in. Delivery Clumsy 168 ready to copy IFR clearance.
Clumsy 168 is cleared to Whiskey Sierra Sierra Sierra. Climb via the BATA 1 degree Celsius departure with the BATA transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 32 right. Climb to 9,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.05 squawk 3164.
Clumsy 168 is cleared to Whiskey Sierra Sierra Sierra. Climb via the BATA 1 Charlie departure with the BATAR transition, then as filed. Climb to 9,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearance 5 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.05 squawk 3164.
Clumsy 168 read back correct.
Yes.
Altimeter
That
29
doesn't happen very
contact
often.
ground on 118.05 when ready for pushback. Have a good morning.
Altimeter 2983, ground on 118.05, Clumsy 168, good morning. So, yeah, let's go through all that info. And yeah, have to plot that in. So we are cleared with the BATA 1 Charlie departure with the BATAR transition. That's already what we programmed in the FMC, so that's good. We should be climbing to 9,000, so that was what we were cleared. That's good. Higher is better. Via the departure, so we do have the departure set. And then departure on 125.05, we can do that later. Squawk 3164. 3164, let's put that in here. I'll get back to chat in a bit, guys. Good. And then this is the interesting part, and I'm not sure if I can change it. Maybe it's in the settings in Pilot2ATC somewhere. But they give me the altimeter in inches of mercury. I think it's US oriented. So even if this area we use normally hectopascals, they still give that unit of measure. So they're saying altimeter is 2983. Yeah, ground on 118.05. 118.05, let's switch to ground. Talking about departure clearance on a major airport before pushback. How does it normally work? Do they pre-file, get the how do you call that? Pre-something clearance? Have a good night, okay? Yeah, morning. Close enough. Thank you. Catch you next time, and glad you were able to drop by. Don't tell your friend that Boeing is superior. What's interesting is my friend is married to a pilot as well, but one is flying Airbuses, one is flying Boeing. So it would have been interesting to be in that conversation. And I guess until now they still have that that fight, quote unquote fight, every now and then on which one is better. Airline versus Boeing.
Then Alpha to the left. Hold for runway 29er. Expect backtrack.
Looking good. Alright, I think we are good to go there. Alright, we're ready for pushback. You do get your flight plan approved, but then you only get cleared for pushback. Then you have to get clearance to use the taxiways all the way to runway. Yes, that is exactly what we're going to do. So the first step is to get the clearance. We got it. Now we will request for pushback and engine start, and that's what I'm doing now. Let's just wait for this guy to finish. Okay. Ground, good morning. Clumsy 168, ready for pushback and engine start.
Clumsy 168, pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved, Clumsy 168. So that's one step done. We can now disengage the parking brake, turn on the anti-collision lights, and look at the... oh, I forgot the name again, but that thing is actually moving. That other guy is not though, so it's still a wing loading. Goldfish memory doesn't work. I forgot the name of that guy again. You have to remind me again, guys. Sorry. Let me turn on track IR. We are clear on that side. Let's turn off air conditioning first. Set that to ground and start engine 2. Jet bridge. There you go. Thank you. But yeah, this is so cool. Pilot2ATC is the exact thing I'm looking for. I don't have that multiplayer anxiety, but I still get all the advantages of having air traffic control. And then we also have traffic around us. Last Resort Bridge. That might be a nice name. Looking good. N1 is starting to climb. EGT is stable. Starter cut out. There we go. Left is clear. Start engine 1 and have a look from the wing, like here.
Use of approved personal electronic devices is permitted while the boarding door is open. Prior to closing the door, we'll advise you when to turn off
Look at that
all large
beauty.
portable electronic devices. You may continue to use your small lightweight devices as long as they are turned and on.
At 25% N2, we will introduce fuel. Like so. And that should continue the engine start process. I saw a Jetstar plane a while ago. Where is it now? Let's have a look. I saw it. Yeah, that guy is just in front of us there. I hope he's not going to get in our way. Don't forget to listen to the safety instructions. Oh, that's true. I think it's done now. Usually it happens during pushback, right?
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Sure thing.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Looking good. Looking good. Alright. Engines. We have two good engines. Let's hide that lower display. And now we can start the engine generators. Turn off APU. Engine start continuous. Probe heats on. Air conditioning packs on. Isolation valve auto. APU bleed off. And we are good to go. Let me double check with the checklist. Yeah, everything good. Takeoff flaps. And now we do our flight control checks. Forward. Back. Left. And right. For the rudder, I think we'll have to wait for the guy to leave us first.
Disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. Well, see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. That's the guy. Hey, Silver. Thanks for passing by. Have a great night, man. Yeah, pretty late there. Hope it's a bit colder now. Let's wait for the bypass pin. Hey, thanks a lot, man. 11 months. Really appreciate that. Dropping by with a sub. That's amazing. GG, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, rudder left, rudder right, looking good. Recall, no warnings, and now we can request for taxi. Clumsy 168, ready to taxi.
Clumsy 168, taxi to runway 32 right via taxiway Sierra 2, Bravo 11, Alpha, Alpha 11, hold short runway 14 left.
Taxi to runway 32 right via the taxiway Sierra 2, Bravo 11, Alpha, Alpha 11, hold short runway 14 left, Clumsy 168. Looking good. So it tells us go to Sierra 2 here. So actually the pushback was a bit wrong because we have to turn left now, but fine. Turn left, Sierra 2, cross Bravo 11, turn right to Alpha, and then turn left on Alpha 11. Is that right? Bravo 11, Alpha 11. Yes, correct. Okay, let's do that then. Alright. We got the taxi clearance. Let's turn on our lights. Runway turn off and taxi lights. Release the parking brake. Brake check, looking good. Chimes and attend so that the guys at the back know that we are going to start to move. LNAV, auto throttle, check. Okay, no more horn on the takeoff. Means takeoff config is good. Start our move. And let's our cabin lighting for takeoff. In reality, is also the pilot responsible for setting this takeoff and landing lighting, or is it the flight attendants, the cabin crew? I don't know. It seemed to me like the cabin crew would be more appropriate for this one, but not an expert on this one. Man, those textures look good, huh? This airport is by Todd. He's the one who made the Kuala Lumpur and Singapore airport. Same guy. I don't think he's from here, because from the descriptions I've seen that he's only seen the airport from inside, I think, something along those lines. But amazing job he's done here. It's amazing what technology can do. Bravo 11. Yes, Bravo 11. Yeah, Bravo 11, we are here. And then Alpha is the next right turn, that one. Exactly. And then we turn right here. And then we turn left on Alpha 11. Is there anyone landing?
Alright, cross 27 right, turn off here, 35-1, good day, wait, 24-09.
Could speed up a little. Why is that guy crossing through there? Our runaway guy. Really that
Clumsy 168, contact tower on 118.5. Enjoy your morning.
Tower on 118.5. Good morning, Clumsy 168. Alpha 11 is here. Now I cannot switch frequencies yet because I am busy piloting. This is where a co-pilot would come in handy. But this is where we stop, runway ahead. Let's stop through here. I think we can actually go forward because this is Cat 2 hold and that one is the main hold. But fine, let's just keep through here just to be on the safe side. 118.5. Switch frequency. I'm changing the frequency via the app, not through here, because through the plane is super slow. Tower, Clumsy 168, ready for departure, holding short runway 32 right.
Clumsy 168, winds are light and variable, cleared for takeoff, runway 32 right.
Clear for takeoff, runway 32 right, Clumsy 168. We weren't so lucky because in the video that you'll be releasing in 1 or 2 days, we actually encountered that where we have the we have some other plane landing and we had to wait for it. We had to line up and wait. We had to hold short and line up and wait and all that stuff. and we saw the other plane landing. That's super cool. Weather, airport terrain, looking good. Transponder should set to TARA. There we go. Turn off taxi lights, turn on the strobes, and landing lights on as well. Good. Start the timer. 40% thrust. I'll get back to you guys in a bit. And we are ready for takeoff. Only person who lands at taxiways. Taking care of maintenance, security, and safety. Fair point, fair point. So they just have to steer clear of the planes, I guess, huh? Eyeballing them. 3, 2, right, here we are. Okay, aligned and push toga. Takeoff thrust. Full 26k. No engine derate at all. It's been a while since I've gone full power like this.
80 knots. V1, rotate.
That is so much faster.
Positive rate.
Positive rate. Follow the flight director. 400 is when we can start autopilot. Speed bug. Up to the up level. 1,000 feet. Start retracting flaps. Pretty soon, tower will signal us to switch to departure frequency. But before all that, let's take some photos. Oh, it's not very nice visual. Not very nice visibility in the airport right now. Quite foggy. But we'll take a photo anyway. Yeah, fine. They get approval from the ground folks like everyone else. Ah, that's good. That's good to hear. Now where the heck is my guy going? Look at that. Wow. No. This guy is going places. I think the legs page is bugged. This should move. Yeah. Looks like they are a bit confused there. They didn't recognize that we already passed.
Contact Lumpur departure on 125.05. Have a good morning.
Departure on 125.05, Clumsy 168. Good morning. Yeah, we are going to get scolded here. Goodness. And I cannot switch to that waypoint. I cannot go direct there for some reason. So we'll have to eyeball it for now, right? Switch over to departure frequency. Departure Clumsy 168, climbing 9,000 feet.
Clumsy 168, good morning. Radar contact.
Yes, that's offline ATC.
7888, class 2, flight level 180. Level 180,
It cannot set it unless I go RUM ID here. I have not set flaps, raised the flaps at all. When things don't go according to plan, it's easy to lose track of what you need to do. Alright, you can go VNAV. And then we just go through these manually. After we loop around, then we can set the direct to RUM ID. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty smart, right? Now, they still haven't given us the clearance for higher altitude, so I think we'll have to stick to 9,000 for now.
168, climb and maintain flight level 150.
Climb and maintain flight level 150, Clumsy 168. Just in time. Let's move our heading now. Let's go to that next waypoint. Heading select. Manual stuff. Temperature is 15 degrees Celsius, and I forgot to do the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear off. Auto brakes off. Engine start. Looking good. Transition altitude here is 11,000, so we've been cleared to 15,000, so that should be okay. Now to switch to standard altimeter. There you go. There we go. And I think from here,
climb and maintain flight level 210, contact Kuala Lumpur Center on 132.6. Have a good one.
climb and maintain. Doesn't press. Climb and maintain flight level 210. Center on 132.6. Take care, Clumsy 168. At 132.6. And let's switch. And let me double check the waypoints. Let's go direct. Rumid.
American 2180, maintain 200 knots or greater.
There we go. Alt constraint Exomo. I didn't get that one. Center Clumsy 168. Climbing flight level 150.
Clumsy 168, good morning. Radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 210. Clumsy 168, you don't have an approach clearance yet. What sort of approach would you like?
Huh? Climb and maintain flight level 210, Clumsy 168. I don't know what she's on about. Hey Bear, thanks for joining. What approach? I think it's too far from approach yet. Requesting for ILS 20 center approach, Clumsy 168. I don't know. I don't know what she asked. First time I heard that. She's probably as confused as I am right now. Okay, there we go. El Nav is working. Looks like we'll need to turn on anti-ice because it's now 4 degrees here and we are passing through clouds. Jadar! Maybe she thought we were going back to Kuala Lumpur. That might be true. Yes, that might be true. You might be right there. Do we have traffic? No, we don't. Good. Turn off the rain there. We should be good to go. And I actually, yes, as always, I forget the lights. Let's let our passengers go. Cabin pressure looks good. Cabin altitude looks good. Alright. Recall, no warnings, good. Heading bug.
168, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb and maintain flight level 250, Clumsy 168. There we go, that's our cruising altitude right there. Good. She needs medical attention. Too busy to catch that one, I think, Jay. I'll let you catch all the J-Doors. I trust you with that. I don't think you'll ever fail. So yes, what I wanted to tell you about, speaking of that Qantas airport, Qantas airline. I actually flew to, I flew in Australia last weekend, only virtually, only in the sim, but I flew with Mrs. Clumsy for the first time ever. And she was actually the one who approached me. I want to fly with you. And it was so cool. Like, she was sitting to my right, and I was explaining to her all this stuff, and initially she was listening, and after a while she was sleeping. No, not really, but it was information overload for sure. But yeah, she was still 100% effort. And it was a great feeling, you know, and she started appreciating the entire complexity and the entire goodness of it. And she was like taking some videos, posting it in her Instagram stories and all that. And it was just amazing, all in all, having an actual co-pilot on my side. And it was fun. I hope we do it again sometime. A great experience. And she, at the end of the flight, she like summarized everything she learned, and she actually captured a lot of stuff. Amazing. Goodness. Despite the information overload. Learn all of this stuff in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? I thought it only took 2. There we go. Still don't have traffic. Come on, guys. We want some sightseeing, plane spotting. When we get farther, I hope they pop in. Kuala Lumpur Center. They'll ask us to switch in a bit, I'm guessing. Let's double check the SID here. We should have passed the SID already. Almost. To Batar. That one. Batar 1 Charlie. I think we can close that, and let's start opening the Whiskey Sierra Sierra Sierra.
Clumsy 168, you are off course. Turn left heading 129er to return to course.
Heading 129er, Clumsy 168. Air traffic control has this bit weird stuff here. It doesn't recognize the bends. It's a bit weird that way. Like the curvature from waypoint to waypoint, it's sometimes considering as off course. But okay, fine, let's follow it. Why do I have these rain effects here? There we go. Resume navigation, Clumsy 168. It's raining. Huh, interesting. And I don't have the ski effects. Or ski. That should be the effects right there. There we go. It's raining up here. Goodness. I hope we won't need anti-ice. Well, I do have anti-ice still on. So let's keep that on. Look at the beauty of that. In between cloud layers like so. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Goodness. Any traffic now? Still no traffic. That's fine. Of course. Of course. That's the one. So we need the airport. We need the Lely 3 Bravo arrival. Lely 3 Bravo. And yeah, starting at Arama. Lely, that's the one. Is there a VOR we can actually tune into? That's not a VOR, that's what do you call that? ADF, I think. Not sure how to tune that, but I think it's somewhere here below. Or maybe not. Probably not. Let's not touch that. 400 JD. Transition altitude here is flight level 130. Okay. Expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 20. Bidus. Let me see. I didn't see that vector thing. Bidus. And then for us, we are straight to Igora. But we'll see what air traffic control will say if they'll just ask us to go direct there. Okay. Looking good. We are now cruising. So let us change the lighting for our folks. Cruise. And level off. Have a good night there. Thanks for dropping by. Do we need any descent forecast? Let me see. I'm still not sure what this does, but I'm guessing this is important for determining the ETA, proper ETA. The winds are very minimal though, 5, 4, 2 knots. I don't think we need to plot that in actually. I'm going to skip that. And top of descent is in 63 miles, so that's still quite far. Just stick with that one. Nice. Still no traffic. What I'd like to do is I go to the first officer here. I change the view for that, and then I zoom in a bit. I'll zoom out rather, so that I have a full view of my back as well, and it gives me an idea of where traffic is. Interesting enough is I don't see the traffic. I think that must be because I'm underneath clouds or something. I would have liked some plane spotting. By the way, I downloaded a mod which changes the contrails.
The Lili 3 Bravo arrival with the Arama transition for the ILS approach to runway 20 center at change I after Topper clear direct Arama.
Expect the Lili 3 Bravo arrival with the Arama transition for the ILS approach to runway 20 center after top or clear direct Arama. Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, sorry, I don't have that frequency.
Never mind. You get what I mean. Let's double check that it works. After top or direct to Arama, yeah, that looks good. It's a Lili 3 Bravo. Lili 3 Bravo with the arrival Arama transition. Yes. For the numbers. For the ILS approach. Runway 20 center. Okay, I don't think they want the Igora. I think they want the direct ILS approach. Lili 3 Bravo. Yeah, looks good. Thank you for following. And welcome to the channel. Feel free to say hi in chat so we can give you a proper welcome. By the way, I'm seeing traffic now. 97. That's around 10,000 feet above, and they look to be climbing. They should be at our 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. But I don't see anything. Yeah, it's not the best visuals right now. And they seem to be popping in and out, which is weird. Let's have a look from here. Also nothing here. Can I zoom out a little? Maybe we'll get more information that way. Still nothing. Okay, fine. Let's see if we can tune into other VORs. Don't see anything at the moment. Not in this flight plan, at least not in this arrival. Let's have a look at 20 center approach, ILS 20 center. We do have a Tekong VOR. 116.5. Let's go and track that. And then later on, we'll switch to the ILS frequency. Can we see it already? Yes, we can. There you go. That's the direction and Takeoff. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. I cannot see our destination. If any of you can see it, please let me know. That gives confidence for sure. 203 degrees, 109.7 frequency for the ILS. Is it consistent? Yes, it is. So let's set 109.7 on standby. And course frequency to 203. Maybe let's set one to 203 for the ILS already. And the other one, let's go towards Takeoff. Let's switch that already, but the other one let's keep. And the one to Takeoff. What should we be facing?
Clumsy 168, contact Kuala Lumpur Center on 126.1. Have a good morning.
Center on 126.1, Clumsy 168. Good morning.
Delta 2288, contact center 133.22.
Center, good morning. Clumsy 168 at flight level 250.
Clumsy 168, good morning. Radar contact.
That was 4846, center climb and maintain 17,000, gate altimeter 3033.
Maintain 17,000.
Not the best sights. 23 miles from top of descent. Let's go and align that already. We will be starting our descent soon, ladies and gents. Set the lighting for landing. Let's also set up the decision altitude. That should be 215 feet, which is 200 feet above ground. 215.
2547, JetBlue 1039.
215. Give me a second. There we go. Alright. And then, alright, runway 20 center. Telling the passengers to set up the altitude. No, I'm talking to myself.
JetBlue 215, checking on 340.
Let's go and get back the landing calculator here. So Whiskey Sierra 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 20 center. Get that in feet. Get the current weather. And the landing weight should be 0.5 difference from now, so that's 61 tons. And let's plot that in. 61,000. Flaps 30, 143 knots. That's the one. And air auto brake one should be more than enough. We have enough runway length for that. Yeah. There's the beautiful view. Finally, we've gone through the cloud layer. Beautiful. Right before top of descent, why not?
Clumsy 168, descend to cross Arama at flight level 210, then descend via the LELI-3 Bravo, arrival with the Arama transition to 2,500 feet, altimeter 2985 at Changi.
We'll cross Arama at flight level 210, then descend via the LELI-3 Bravo, arrival with the Arama transition to 2,500 feet, altimeter 2985, Clumsy 168. Okay, 2985. Cross Arama at flight level 210. Goodness, that was a bit late. 210 Arama. That will adjust our MCP altitude. Okay. Yeah, top of descent is closer now. No. So we should start our descent. 2,500 feet, just so I don't forget. Normally you would set this to the next waypoint, but with Pilot2ATC they give you the entire thing already. There we go, that's our descent starting. And then we have 298.5 as altimeter. But we will switch to that once we go below flight level 130. Okay, looking good. In terms of speed restriction, yeah, we'll follow that later. That looks good right there. Let's zoom in a little. Still have no planes in sight, huh? Very quiet day. I see a lot in the radar, but I don't see them here, interestingly enough. Oh, there's one guy there. There. You see the blinking light? Very subtle. Behind us, that one. Where my mouse is. Yeah. Because the contrails I changed to be a lot more subtle. So it's a lot harder to see them now. Maybe I should make that a bit more thicker. Okay, fine. Diesel. I think I need some speed brakes in here. Let's set the... Oh wow, what happened there? Okay, suddenly there are clouds in front of us. Anti-ice. The weather refreshed. Alright, there we go. 250 knots. Target speed. Let's slow down there and then I'll set up the ILS courses. ILS frequency at least. There we go, 250 knots. Switch to the ILS frequency. There we go, 109.7. Courses are set. Landing performance is done. Let's have a look if I need to turn on fasten seatbelts already. 158 Zulu, 138 Zulu, 20 minutes to go. That should be fine. Normally I think it's around 15 minutes, but just so I won't forget with all the things happening. There. There we go. Finally I'm starting to see some land.
Charlie.
Lilib at exactly 10,000 feet. Is that consistent with our flight plan? Yes, it is. No, not really. Should be 10,000 exactly. No, that's just my bad. It's above 10,000. I thought there was a line there. Okay, looking good. And Arama 250 knots, so the speed restrictions are reflected properly. That's good. Okay, continue our descent. Everything looks good so far. Alright. Flight level 130, switch to local altimeter. And at 10,000 feet we turn on our landing lights and all that stuff. So far so good. In terms of the map, let me show you where we are. We might see my house later as we go. Fly over the house. The house should be on the right side. Zoom it out. That's where we come from. Kuala Lumpur. All the way to Singapore. We're almost there. And my house should be somewhere here in the middle. So we'll be turning left a bit here based on the waypoints. Past Johor Bahru maybe. So the house should be on the right side. Try not to hit it, the pilot is in there. I'll try my best. Looking good, heading is set. We've only been 30 minutes airborne. Yeah, it's a very short flight. Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. One of the cheapest flights out there as well, for SG at least. I'm pretty excited to land in Singapore though. I recently downloaded an update to the airport and it looks much more beautiful, and even with the additional visuals, the performance is looking very nice. Now it's a shame we don't get any traffic because air traffic control is actually...
Contact Singapore approach on 119.3. Enjoy your morning.
Approach on 119.3. Good morning, Clumsy 168. Alright, let's switch there. Yeah, because Pilot2ATC is even able to tell us that there's traffic incoming. It just looks so good. Feels so real. Tells you at 10 o'clock you have traffic, 10 miles, something like that. Approach Clumsy 168, descending 2,500 feet.
Clumsy 168, good morning. Radar contact. Continue descent via BLEL 3 Bravo arrival. For the ILS approach to runway 20 center at same time.
Changi is how they call it. Continue descent via the Lily 3 Bravo arrival for the ILS approach to runway 20 center. Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, Toyota India is reporting broken. Visibility is unrestricted, winds are 170 at 6 knots. Current altimeter is 2983. Advising runway 20 right. Right traffic approach frequency is 119.3.
Thank you, Clumsy 168.
4,000? 10 to 4,000.
Advising runway 20 right, but they have us set for 20 center. Interesting. Weather looks good. We'll see when we get there. Visibility should be pretty good. And altimeter is 2983. And we are approaching. We have been cleared. So I will be switching to local altimeter now. 2983. There we go.
35 right on 3016, Delta Bravo 5.
Let's have a look at the charts. 220 knots by the time we get to JB. We do have a decel point there, so that looks pretty good. Right, and then we'll see if we need some speed brakes along the way. Can you ask ATC in the game to confirm? You mean like repeat the instructions? Yes. So I can like say, let's try. Say again for Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, Toyota India is reporting broken. Visibility is unrestricted, winds are 170 at 6 knots. Current altimeter is 2983. Advising runway 20 right. Right traffic approach frequency is 119.3. Clumsy 168, slow to 250 knots or less.
We'll go, Clumsy 168. Suddenly the descent has become so drastic. It's scary. Let's turn on the terrain radar. Altimeters are set. And let's announce that we are close to land. Arrival, confirm that advised runway is 20 right. There is a command. Yes, there is. Let's try to find it. Information for assigned altitude, active runway. There is an active runway, but I'm not sure if it's the same as the assigned runway. Let's try. Say active runway.
Arriving and departing runway 20 center, 20 left, 20 right.
Okay, it's not very comprehensive. I don't think it tells you. I can see it, which one it's assigned for us, but I don't think I can ask it specifically. Like, if I show you the screen.
Southwest 1435. You want to comply with the speed on your arrival, or you still need 250?
So the screen shows you this one, ILS runway 20 center. That's the one assigned for us. That's the approach. This is the star. That's the SID assigned. But I'm not sure if I can ask. These are the possible phrases that you can say. You can ask airport advisory, or frequency, radio check, altimeter, weather, assigned altitude, active runway.
9,000 left turn to what was the heading? Southwest 1435.
So yeah, not sure.
60 on the heading, so 1435.
Star report. Yeah, so many things you could say. Different versions.
Approach boutique 813 is with you leveling 11,000. We have a distance. Boutique 813. Good morning, Spectre. There's approach to runway 8. Second visual runway boutique 813.
We are almost there, actually. That fast. Goodness. I think I have to start setting my flaps now. Like what the charts are saying, after Bidus we should expect vectors. I'm not sure if that will really be the case. Let's have a view of the airport. 20 center is where we'll be landing. That's this one. We actually have a 20 left as well, but that's military only, so they should never assign that for us.
604, slow further now to 170 knots. Approach clearance here momentarily. 170 knots.
Drunk Clumsy stream. What do you mean drunk Clumsy stream? With all the tequila? Set the heading.
Clumsy 168, altimeter 2983, cleared for the ILS approach to runway 20 center at Shanghai.
Nice. Altimeter 2983 cleared for the ILS approach to runway 20 center, Clumsy 168.
Runway 3692, descend to 4,000. Got a 4,000.
Let's get some flaps here. Everyone is confused, including the ATC. It's a drunken party. There we go. Can you see my house from here? Probably not. Still a bit too far. So slowing down. Let me get runway heading 203 degrees. And then let me see the approach. Altitude is 4,500 for Ilalu.
Clumsy 168, altimeter 2983 at Shanghai, contact tower on 118.25. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Altimeter 2983, tower on 118.25. Clumsy 168. Alright. Tower Clumsy 168 inbound for ILS 20 center.
Clumsy 168, good morning. Radar contact. Continue ILS to runway 20 center, call when established on final.
Continue ILS to runway 20 center, will call when established on final. Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, you were garbled. Please say again.
Yeah, it's a bit. Continue ILS to runway 20 center, will call when established on final. Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, you were garbled.
He doesn't understand me. I still have to train that part.
Thousand to go.
Stay on that altitude. 4,500 actually. Let's go approach. 4,000 is the missed altitude. I think we can set that up in a bit.
068, wind 170 degrees 8 knots, roll through to the end, break out Alpha 9er, runway 19, clear to land.
Now I think I'm a bit low, or a bit high rather, so we might need to adjust that a bit. Let's go for VREF here. 148.
Takeoff to runway 19, clear to land. Clear to land, just break a little.
Why is that not triggering? Whoa. There you go. Landing gear down. We're a bit close, dang it. Bit close. There we go. Alright.
2,500.
Again, the 518, number 2, following traffic on the short final, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Speed brake armed. Come on, come on. Closing up. Almost there. Come on, capture the glide slope. There we go. Clumsy 168 established on the glide slope. Runway 20 center.
Clumsy 168, winds are 170 at 6 knots, clear to land runway 20 center.
Clear to land runway 20 center, Clumsy 168. Goodness, those winds.
Tower doublet 5 mile final, 22 left.
Go to flaps 30.
1346 tower, good afternoon.
Taxi lights on.
At 8, runway 16 left, clear to land.
And we are almost set. That's looking good. There's the airport in all its beauty. And there are the condominiums and HDBs and all that stuff. Be sure to miss the water. I'll try my best. No promises though. How are the winds? Winds look like they're pretty good. Looks like a proper headwind. We'll see if it's variable though.
Runway 16 right, clear to land.
Yeah, look at that variable wind there. Goodness.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Alright. Turn off autopilot. Turn off auto throttle.
Tower, good afternoon, wind 350 at 6, runway 16 left, clear to land.
Let's do this on our own. The winds are very finicky. Right now it's a bit of a crosswind. Could change at any time.
500.
Maybe we have to miss that house there as well. Bit high. Oh goodness, the wind's changing.
100.
Right, clear to land. What's the question to land down
300.
There's a glide slope back. Bit fast on the VREF.
Minimums.
Phew, scary variable winds.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. 10.
Hold that. We are floating. Goodness, we are climbing. Hold that thing. Super floaty, but I'll take it. Goodness. Reversers.
Runway when able.
Phew, that was scary. We turn right when able.
80 knots.
Southwest 82, turn left after next high speed, continue to Delta 5, contact ground 17.5.
Let's go through here.
High speed, Delta 5, switch the ground there, so.
Pass through this point. And I'll stop after we clear the runway. I'll get back to chat in a bit, guys. It won't break.
Tower, Pistol 162, visual 165. Pistol 162 Tower, good afternoon. Wind at 330 at 5. Runway 16 left, clear to land. Clear to land 166 left, Pistol 1.
Clear of active runway, Clumsy 168.
Aircraft calling tower, say again with your call sign.
Clear of active, Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, welcome to Changi, contact ground on 121.0. Have a good morning.
China 414 is on the ILS, 24 right.
Ground on 121.0, good morning, Clumsy 168.
Canada 414.
Not the best.
4 miles behind 737, wind 25, general 15, missing 25.
Changi. A while ago it was even Shanghai. Shanghai. Ground, Clumsy 168. Request taxi to the gate. See where it leads us.
Clumsy 168 taxi to gate 200 via taxiways Echo Papa, Charlie 4, Charlie 6. Station calling eastbound, station set.
Taxi to gate 200 via taxiways Echo Papa, Charlie 4, Charlie 6. Clumsy 168.
Yep. Clumsy 168 taxi to gate 200.
Yeah, you said that already. Echo Papa, Charlie 4, Charlie 6. Help me find Charlie 4, guys. I see Charlie 1, 2, 3. 4, I don't see. Charlie 4, Charlie 6. Can you see it? Echo Papa is here, so we turn right supposedly. And then Charlie 4. Charlie 6 is this one, so I'm guessing this is the Sierra Charlie 1 is what it's referring to. Echo Papa, turn left here, turn right on Charlie 6. And then the gate 200 should be there. Let's have a look at the parking base. If you can spot it. Phew, that's a lot. 200. That's the one, 200. Okay, indeed. Alright, so I think what it was referring to as Charlie 4 is this one. Sierra Charlie 1. So Echo Papa, Sierra Charlie 1, Charlie 6. Let's go there.
Call the ramp, see if they can take you into 3 real quick.
If we can turn right here, that is.
No one push back. Okay, I'll give them a call, thanks.
It can. Ooh, there's an Emirates right in front of us. Where have you guys been while I was flying? Turn off landing lights, turn off strobes. Should be good there.
Delta 1182, give way to the MD-90 leaving ramp 2. 1182, look up.
Echo Papa. Yeah, you turn left there. We can also turn off the weather radar and terrain on the other side. Yes, looking good.
We're joining off one Victor. We're going to tank in American 1678. Join Victor and taxi to the ramp.
The chatter is very nice, especially for silent times like these. Looking good there. Now we're looking for Charlie 6, was it?
Ground Delta
I think on the next one.
Delta 1161, we're going to taxi to the ramp. To the ramp, Delta 1161.
That's the one, Charlie 6. So where did the Emirates guy go to? You see where he went? Interesting. Airspeed. Let's clean up the flight, the plane. Not the best landing, I agree. but I blame the variable winds. That's my excuse. Right, cabin lighting. White, medium. Probe heats can go off. If I can find them. There you go. Engine start back to auto, and APU can go on. Now I'm hoping no one is on our stand, because it has happened to me before. They assigned to me a number, and yeah, someone was on it already.
Give way to southwest out of ramp 4. Give way southwest, flight 13.
So stand 200 should be somewhere here. If that guy can get out of the way at least. Stand 200, you guys see it? Might be this one actually. Though there is no number. Okay, let's have a look at the diagram. 200 is actually, yeah, the first one here on the left. So this is us. This is us. I wonder how we can find the number. Right. Let's maybe get a bit more speed in here. Just a tad. And let's follow the line. And then I'll take you for a little tour around Changi Airport once we finish with the cleanup of the plane. Summer sale, nada. I bought Pilot2ATC, that's it. That's the entirety of my budget right there. And Dave actually gave me a discount, so thanks a lot, Dave. Dave is the maker of Pilot2ATC. Yeah. So this is us. That thing should update as we go closer. It's not lighting up yet. Doesn't seem like it's working though. Yeah, in KL it was working. Here I don't think it is. Yeah, we're over already and it hasn't still lit up. Yeah, fine. And we don't have that oh, can you believe it? I forgot the thing again. The thing that extends and retracts. Maybe after the flight I will have enough brain capacity to understand, but at this point, too busy. Jet bridge, thank you, jet bridge. Close enough. I was thinking jet stream. Generators can go on. Can let the engines rest now, and we can open the door. APU bleed, isolation valve.
Yeah, 547, taxi right turn Alpha. Hold short, okay.
Good.
Right turn Alpha, hold short, go, yeah, 547.
The amazing feeling after you finish a flight. Window heats. Anti-collision lights can go. Transponder, standby. Just cleaning up the plane. White bright. And we can start opening the doors. You can even hear the sounds from the back. It's so nice. Really so nice. Alright. Fastest unloading ever. Closing the cargo doors. And now we can clean up. We can wait for it a bit. It's a shame this doesn't work. I was in a different stand yesterday and I was recording and this was working, but it looked a bit different. So yeah, maybe not on this stand particularly. Okay, fine. Yaw damper. IRS can go off.
United 547, right turn or correction, left turn on Tango, cross 30
Trim
right,
air.
and then proceed on to runway.
Engine bleed.
Alright, left
APU
turn
bleed.
Tango, cross 33
Just
right, on to 33
cleaning
left,
up
and hold for
everything
Fox,
now.
United 547.
Position lights can go off. Turn those off as well. Middle APU gen. Good. And also the batteries. And finally, close the door. All the passengers and cargo just fell out. Yeah, they just dropped. There's a separate plug-in for ground control, like having those stairs pop in. I think it's by Jar Designs, but I haven't gotten that yet. Yeah, let's have a look at the landing. Oh, and then I'll take you for a tour. And then we'll call it a stream. Not the best landing, I definitely
Clumsy
agree.
168, you have traffic at 10 o'clock, 2 miles at 5,000 feet.
Look at that. Let's close that already. We don't need Pilot2ATC anymore. Good. Starts getting very shaky. Yeah, look at how the wind blew suddenly there. Threw me off course. So nice though, look at the airport from there. Oh, that's massive. Yeah, we can, I think what we can do, we can take a tour of the airport a bit, and then we can play Hunter for a bit. Quiet. Yeah, so we can play until 11. But I won't include that in the VOD. That's a Twitch exclusive thing. Everything looked good from here. But this is where the problem started. Too much flare, too much speed, I think, is the problem. That's why I floated. The approach was good enough. And it was super buttery, but yeah, it was floaty. If you look at it from here, yeah, that was not bad. The flare was maybe a tad too much, but the speed was definitely too much. So I went up a bit. Yeah, there you go. Can we have a look at the speed there? Oh, we can't because everything is off already. Yeah, offline plane for the win. Alright, that looks good. So I'll take you for a tour. I also shared... What the heck? Where did this guy come from? Don't look, guys. R18. Okay, let's not look at that. Nothing happened there. Goodness, I didn't know X-Plane could come up with such a thing. Where baby planes come from. Oh, yeah. Oh, don't look. So, remember the photo I shared a couple of weeks back? That, I think, was either from this bridge. Yeah, this bridge is going to the new mall, the Jewel Changi Airport. And that has a view of the tower right there. So yeah, either this bridge or that other one. And it depends on which terminal you come from. This one. Oh, look at that. There's actually a plane taking off. So cool. Yeah. So or you can get the view of the tower from here as you're going to the mall. But that is the mall. And that thing, if it looks strange, that is supposedly an indoor waterfall kind of thing. I think they call it the something vortex, water vortex or something. Yeah, that is one of the coolest malls ever. And it's right by the... And what's cool about it as well, I'm not sure if it will show it, the monorails actually go through the middle of the mall. So there is a monorail connection. So if you're going through the monorail, you get to see the vortex up close. It feels like Jurassic Park inside, like trees and waterfalls and monorails and stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing. And yeah, having this modeled in here is just So cool. So thanks a lot to Todd for that. Let's take a photo of that guy. It was just the story about Mrs. Clumsy and I flying together in I think we flew from Melbourne to Sydney. And that was a pretty cool experience. And look at that view. I think we have our thumbnail right here. Thumbnail shot for the win. Oh, there's the Qantas. Goodness, that looks good. That looks so good. Alright. Little Cessnas everywhere. Good. Alright. So we will be ending the recording here. What time is it? Yes, quite an hour left. So time for hunting. Can go for hunting a bit, and if you guys want to join me, we can. But yes, I'll be ending the recording here, so I'll be playing the outro. But don't leave yet if you want to stay for some hunting, alright? Anyway, thank you for staying with me, guys. Thank you for joining me on this flight. As always, I enjoy each and every bit of it, no matter how the imperfections are. There's actually a plane landing. Let's go and check it out first. Let's see. Slow-mo. That guy is actually, yeah, the super silent plane. Oh, it's the favorite Singapore Airlines 747. Not even sure if they have that still, or if they had that ever. I saw an A380 Singapore Airlines. It looks like this guy is going around. He got conscious with me. Yeah, he was conscious. Alright. Anyway, alright guys, thank you for hanging out, and I'll catch you on the Hunter. Clumsy flying, and bye-bye.